What's up, YouTube? My name's David, and today we are going to talk about what's that? Sea shanty music is going viral, and some of the biggest names in it are people I know. So if you've been paying attention to the internet at all in the past month or couple weeks especially, you've noticed a few viral videos going around of sea shanty music being sung on TikTok and some videos popping up on Instagram as well. As someone who has been a fan of traditional music for a long time, I was incredibly happy when I first saw this. Not only because I love the music, but because a longtime internet friend, Johnny Stewart, is one of the people at the head of this trend. A little while ago, he messaged me on Instagram and said, "Hey man, hope it's going well. You should really get on TikTok." And I was like, yeah, sure. But then I kind of I haven't had time. I've been working on a lot of stuff. And then I see him on the front page of the news. And now I know why. It is about time basses start getting some recognition in the mainstream. Myself and many other people have tried doing it over the years. We've gotten a little bit, not for the fame, but just for the fact that we love traditional music. Many basses love traditional music because it's very bass friendly, but it's very hard to get mass numbers of people in the mainstream to enjoy it and like it. It has to be in a package that anyone can listen to, but not only a package that anyone can enjoy, but also on a platform where people can actually see it. TikTok is amazing for this. It's similar to Vine, where it doesn't require much attention span to enjoy the content. However, the longer videos allow for more quality content to be put out. Couple all these things together and shazam, we have sea shanty music and like 4-part male harmonies going viral. So that's pretty cool. Today we're going to talk about some of the most popular songs that are going viral right now, and in my opinion, more interestingly, the history behind these songs. Now, to start things off, let's start with the history of the word shanty. This is the word that is being used to describe this type of music. This word has been used for a couple hundred years, and most specifically, it seems to have originated from African-American slave trade ships in the early to mid 1800s around the Atlantic and Caribbean Oceans. This shanty music was sung on decks of work ships and sailing ships and rowboats and things of that sort to keep people in rhythm for rowing and to optimize workflow. It also provided an outlet on these ships for people to do something uplifting, something positive, and to get their minds off of the work they were doing. Yes, the term shanty was originated by African-American slave workers. However, sailing music or rowing music is extremely old and has roots stretching back over 1,000 years in documented history. It might be surprising to some because of the similarities in chord structure and just overall sound of these songs that the Wellerman, one popular song on TikTok right now, is about 800 years newer than My Mother Told Me, another very popular song on TikTok right now. I think this is very interesting to note because it shows the commonalities that sailing music has exhibited over the past 1,000 years. Most of the songs are in a specific mode or a minor key. They have a very rhythmic and plodding cadence to them. The melodies are often very simple, very easy to memorize, and the sound is always supported and echoed by a very strong chorus utilizing power chords, things that are very easy to listen to and easy to remember. These weren't songs that were performed in front of packed audiences and amphitheaters with orchestras. These were songs that were sung while work was being done on ships. They couldn't be too complex. They had to be easy. Much like a lot of pop music that exists today, the simplicity is what made these songs so popular, and it's also a reason some of these songs have stood the test of time over the past 1,000 years, transitioning from a crewman's ship song in the 1200s to bars and taverns in the 1600s, now to the biggest platform in the world, TikTok, in the year 2021. Let's go over a few of these massively popular songs right now, their origins, and some clips of them. Song number 1 is one of my favorites. This is My Mother Told Me.
My mother told me someday I would buy galleys with good oars and sails to distant shores. Stand up high in the prow, noble bark I steer, steady course for the havens, you many foemen. My mother told me someday I would buy galleys with good oars and sails to distant shores. Stand up high in the prow, noble bark I steer, steady course for the havens.
Don't let the English lyrics and Irish, Scottish, English accents on the newly recorded versions of these songs fool you. This is an Old Norse travel song. Its first origins were seen somewhere around the 10th to 12th centuries from Eagle's Saga, one of the most famous sagas in Norse mythology. These were poems written about and allegedly by Egil Skallagrimsson. It is believed by many that Eagle's Saga was mostly written by a very famous Icelandic poet named Snorri Sturluson around 1200. As the story goes, Egil and some others got into a scuffle with locals in Norway, where he was from, and got into a small battle. 7 people were killed, yet Egil survived to tell the tale. Afterwards, apparently he was inspired to write this poem that has some shockingly dark roots. No matter the true origin, the history is undeniable. This song became common amongst travelers, rowers, sailors, people that were taking to the seas for adventure or labor. Just like most other sailing songs that have ever existed, it eventually became very common in taverns and bars as a drinking song as well. Fast forward to modern day, this song gained a ton of popularity, and honestly the first time I heard it was through the Vikings series. It first showed up on season 4 episode 9, being sung by Harold Finehair and his brother Halfdan the Black. After that episode, it appeared other times as well, sometimes being sung in English, sometimes being sung in Icelandic. It makes my half Norwegian heart very happy to hear the song gaining on TikTok, because not to be that indie kid, but I knew it before it became famous. Also following suit with many other songs of this similar genre, it has some very powerful chords, and it provides some ample opportunities for some heavy, thick bass lines. The second song we're covering is the Wellerman.
Ship that put to sea, the name of the ship was a belly of tea. The winds blew up her bow, dipped down below, my billy boys blow. Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. She had not been 2 weeks from shore when down on her a right whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take that whale in tow. Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go.
This is probably the biggest song on TikTok right now, and is owed probably the most thanks out of any of them for the virality that sea shanties are seeing at the moment. This song is much newer than the previous. Again, I was fooled by the plethora of people singing this song with Irish or Scottish accents, and it made me think that the Wellerman originated from that part of the world. However, I couldn't be much more wrong. The Wellerman was a whaling song that originated around the mid-1800s, sung by shipmen of a very specific whaling company ported out of New Zealand. However, it does have some English roots. The whaling ship company was owned by the Weller brothers, hence the name the Wellerman. The men aboard the Weller's ships made this song to express their excitement towards shipments of provisions, tea and rum, as cited in the song. Just like the music they sung, tea and rum also provided an outlet while at sea. And again, following suit with My Mother Told Me, the Wellerman song found its place not only on the ships, but in the bars and taverns at the ports at home for these men. Through its power chords and chant style with a very memorable melody, this song stood the test of time and is now almost impossible not to hear while logging onto TikTok or Instagram today. The last song on this list is one that hasn't gained as much popularity on TikTok yet. However, I know for a fact any bass watching this video, any bass that is sung specifically Russian traditional music, knows this song dearly. This is the song of the Volga Boatman. Song of the Volga Boatman has done really well on YouTube over the past decade or so. It has inspired bassists like myself over the years to try for these super low notes that fill rooms and fill chords with this richness that, well, Russia does better than pretty much anywhere else. This song didn't originate from YouTube though, obviously. It is much, much older. It is not precisely documented when this song came about originally. However, it can be presumed that it came about sometime in the 1500s when the Burlaks arrived in Russia for work. In short, Burlaks were people either from Russia or other European countries that were poor or homeless but needed work and were very hard workers. Burlaks usually had a very specific job. They had to haul barges and ships upstream on the Volga River. This often involved large groups of people grabbing ropes tied to the ships and walking along the shoreline to pull them upstream against the current. This was an arduous task, and to pass the time mentally and physically, of course, they sang. Not only did workers do this to pass the time, but the leaders and managers of the Burlaks saw this as a way to keep the workers in rhythm as well with their steps while pulling these ships. Song of the Volga Boatman probably went through different iterations and variations over the years. However, the most common version we know of it today was originally recorded in a Russian folk song book in 1866 by Mily Balkarev. Again, this song has a very memorable melody and a very strong, powerful chorus with many power chords, perfect fifths, and ample opportunity for basses to drop the octave, as they should. Like I said, this one hasn't really blown up on TikTok yet, but I think it has some underestimated potential, and I would love to see more of it very soon. Now, there are many, hundreds, possibly even thousands of ship songs, sailing songs, and shanties out there that I didn't mention in this video. Go find them, enjoy them, learn them, sing them, and maybe start a viral trend with them. I think it's very interesting to see that no matter how old, no matter where they originated in the world, these songs all came from a similar purpose. Life at sea was a difficult job, and just like how people cope with other things in modern day, whether it be work or trouble with relationships or just boredom, people resort to music. I think it's a natural progression of needing an outlet. And although it's very cool that TikTok and other platforms have allowed these songs to become viral for the moment at least, I think it's also cool to read some of these stories behind these songs, because for some, for the curious, they are just as interesting as well. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this one so other people see it as well. I will be doing more beatboxing reviews, voice analysis videos, and things of that sort in the future as well, but I'd love to hear what you want to see from me, so leave that in the comment section below. And of course, I love hearing from all of you. What's your favorite sea shanty, your favorite sailing song? Let me know what you think, and let me know what else you want to see from me in the future. And maybe, if we're lucky, if I find some time, you'll hear me and some other familiar faces singing them as well. But as always, thanks for watching, and until next time.